UAE lift visa ban on Nigerians after Tinubu's intervention. Can you imagine? We understand that Tinubu went from India after the G20 summit, went straight to United Arab Emirates headquarters, which is Abu Dhabi, to meet the government of Abu Dhabi over bans on Nigerians. And just within 24 hours of that visit, the report are getting is that the ban has been lifted. So what has Tinubu done differently in that country to lift that ban? Is this not abracadabra? Moreover, is UAE more important to Nigeria than US, UK, and Canada, and Australia, and some parts of Europe? Okay, so what is our bilateral relationship between Nigeria and the United States, between Nigeria and United Kingdom, between Nigeria and Canada? If you go to these countries, they have their own bilateral relationships with other countries like China, India, and some other Caribbean countries. But Nigeria has no bilateral connection with any of these countries, US, UK, and Canada. And this is exactly where the interests of many Nigerians lie. And anybody that can go and establish that, Nigerians will appreciate that person or that government. But with this UAE, how many Nigerians go to UAE apart from probably core Muslims and apart from people that go to Dubai for vacation? That is all. But for proper migration, change of location, it is not Arab. It is US, UK, and Canada. So let's see what he has done differently anyway in this regard. The United Arab Emirates, UAE, has lifted the visa ban imposed on Nigerian travelers. The ban, which was imposed 10 months ago, had affected the activities of Nigerians who were regular visitors to the Middle East country for business, tourism, and leisure. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu rekindled the hope of many recently when he vowed to do everything within his power to resolve the diplomatic row between the two countries. Tinubu had directed the immediate resolution of the issue when Ambassador designate Ambassador Salem Said Al-Shamsi presented his letter of credence to him at Aso Rock. Daily Trust had reported how Tinubu proceeded to Abu Dhabi, UAE capital, from India, where he attended the G20 summit. In a statement on Monday, presidential spokesperson Chief Ajuri Ngelale, Ajuri Nana Chief, can you imagine, announced that the meeting with the UAE authorities was fruitful. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and President of the United Arab Emirates Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan on Monday in Abu Dhabi have finalized a historic agreement which has resulted in the immediate cessation of the visa ban placed on Nigerian travelers. Furthermore, by this historic agreement, both Etihad Airlines and Emirates Airlines are to immediately resume flight schedules into and out of Nigeria without any further delay. As negotiated between two heads of states, this immediate restoration of flight activity through these two airlines and between the two countries does not involve any immediate payment by the Nigerian government. Can you imagine? So what actually led to that ban? Because first of all, Nigerian government is not able to remit the foreign airlines money in dollars or in pounds. That is one of the problems they have. And so Nigerian government is owing them seriously. A lot of the foreign airlines are being owed seriously. So is government now ready to pay? Because that is another thing. And how long will this resolution last? What if they fly for a month, 2-3 months, and they're not seeing positive response from government in terms of remitting their money? Won't they reinstate the ban? That is a big question to answer. In recognition of President Tinubu's economic development, diplomacy drive, and proposals today presented by President Tinubu to his counterpart, an agreed framework has been established, which will involve several billions of US dollars worth of new investment into the Nigerian economy across multiple sectors, including different defense, agriculture, and others by the investment arms of the government of the United Arab Emirates. Additionally, President Tinubu is pleased to have successfully negotiated a joint new foreign exchange liquidity program between the two governments, which will be announced in detail in the coming weeks. In conclusion, the President wishes to commend the UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan for his unalloyed friendship and his determined effort to join hands with him to fully normalize and reset to excellence the standard of relations between the two important countries. All these statements are well crafted now. The question is the money that the Nigerian government is owing all the foreign airlines, not just the Etihad, not just the Emirates, what about British Airways, what about Lufthansa, what about Ethiopian Airline, and all other airlines that fly Nigeria in and out. Has Nigeria been able to remit all of those monies that they are owing? That's one part. Second part is, what is Nigeria doing to balance its economy so that any foreign airline coming to do business in Nigeria does not suffer, at least sourcing for dollars to pay and to manage themselves to get their money back in dollars. That is the question. Now, the other question is, now that the airlines are to resume flying Abu Dhabi to Lagos or to Abuja, and then Dubai to Lagos and Abuja, which of our Nigerian airlines has the same allotment to fly to UAE? Okay, is it Air Peace? Is it which of the Nigerian airlines now has EAE permitted to also fly? Because it has to be a mutual relationship. It doesn't have to be one side, the otherwise it will be parasitic. Okay, all of that were not mentioned in this test. So it's a big question we are asking. What is, apart from restoring the relationships and lifting the ban, and then allowing the two airlines of UAE to fly Nigeria, which Nigerian airlines will fly UAE as well in return to make it a mutual relationship? That we don't know yet. So there are a few comments here from a few individuals reacting to this outcome. Someone said lifting is not the problem. President Tinubu should also warn Edo and Delta state boys who decide to carry their axemen and bagger confra to these countries should respect themselves because they are the originator of this ban. Can you imagine? So Nigerians that are actually going to UAE to go and fight and do courtesan, we remember that some Nigerian courtists went to fight in Dubai. Okay, and that is actually very bad. And I don't think it's only Edo Delta boys. I think a lot of courtesan in Nigeria has cut across all the states everywhere. Has cut across everywhere. That is the truth. And it's a very bad one that courtesan in Nigeria has been exported now. And now probably they must have started recruiting white boys into their courtist group, which is a very bad one. And apart from courtesan activities taken abroad, fraud also taken abroad is another big problem. Okay, people carrying fake visas, people carrying drugs, people going there for money laundering activities and doing so many things outside there that do not portray the good image of Nigeria out there. But again, what is leading to that? A country where leaders are courtists, a country where leaders can steal and cheat politically, what do you make of the citizens? That is it. Once the head is rotten, of course, the body will die. That is it. So that is exactly what is happening. As we caution the children or the youths that are going there to do some activities. Let's also caution our political leaders who are involved in one form of corruption or the other, both locally and internationally, because the corruption in Nigeria cuts across all ages, all ethnic groups, and all disciplines and all phases of life. So Nigeria is not having a good image abroad, and we need to pay attention to that. Somebody saying fake news. This media said, who told this fake news now? How did they know? Wow, that is great. Thank God. Okay. Oh. The way God plans and work in his own way, we may not understand at first. Jesus said to one blind man, be according to your faith. Then the blind man started to see immediately. To another blind, the Lord just spit in his eyes, then asked him to go and wash in a pool. Then he went and washed and began to see. So what has that got to do with what Tinubu has done in UAE? We don't understand. Okay. So instead of making our own country better, we are promoting spending to visit others who have made their own best. What a country we find ourselves. So we need to do something here in Nigeria. There's no country that is completely autonomous. You must also relate with other countries. But the question here is that we should touch all aspects and let the relationship be mutual. So thank you for listening. I just have a call.